In today's lecture, we will be studying about the licensing. If you want to manufacture toilet preparations or any other medicinal preparations containing alcohol or narcotic substances. So let's start. Coming to the introduction of this particular topic, manufacturing of alcoholic and narcotic preparations can only be done if a license has been taken by a particular individual by the licensing authority, and such a license is only issued by the licensing authority if the requisite license for the manufacture of drugs, which we studied in the Drugs and Cosmetic Act, has been obtained by that particular individual. Right? So if an individual has the license under the Drugs and Cosmetic Acts to manufacture drugs, only then will the licensing authority issue another license for the manufacture of drug products and toilet preparations containing alcohol and narcotic substances. Now, the application for the license or for its renewal is made to the licensing authority. Licensing authority, after proper analysis of the report sent to it, approves or rejects the application for the grant of license. The application for the license should be submitted in the prescribed form accompanied with the prescribed fees. Right? There is a minimum amount of fees, so you need to submit the form with the fees. Application should be made 2 months in advance prior to the date of manufacturing, along with the requisite fees as indicated. Now there are certain points which should be there in the application. For example, the name, address and site of the bonded laboratory should be mentioned, and if it is a firm, the name and address of every partner of the firm, and if it is a company, its registration number, its address, and the address of the managing director and all the directors which are part of the company should be mentioned. Secondly, the capital which is to be invested for the preparation should be mentioned. The amount of money which a person will invest, that should be mentioned. Number and description of the apparatus, the machinery, all the equipments which will be there in that laboratory or that particular place. Still and maximum amount of alcohol to remain at one time should be mentioned in the application itself. Then an approximate date of starting the manufacturing procedure should be mentioned, and in the application it should be mentioned that for that particular firm or that particular unit, whether for the manufacturing procedure there is a requirement of an excise officer for the entire time or part time. Right? Then list of the preparations containing alcohol which are to be manufactured in that particular unit should be mentioned. The license number which is issued by the licensing authority under the Drug and Cosmetic Act should also be mentioned, because as we studied in the first slide, that people having a prior license to manufacture drugs under Drug and Cosmetic Act can only get this license under Medicinal and Toilet Preparation Act. Right? So the license number which is issued under Drug and Cosmetic Act should also be mentioned. Now the plans for different room, the designing of the room, the details of the doors and windows, where the doors have to be there, where the windows have to be there, and how the quarters of the excise staff will be there. So all this should be provided in the application itself. Right? In case it is a firm, the partnership deal between all the individuals who are there, who are part of the firm, and in case of company, list of association and latest balance sheet of the company should be mentioned. Now the licensing authority shall inquire with the purpose of manufacturing of such formulation containing alcohol and narcotic substances, the qualification of the staff employed, previous experience of the technical personnel, stability of the proposal, and the financial position of the applicant who is applying for the license. Right? The licensing authority shall also look into the equipment, requirement of alcohol, and fix an amount of security on that particular unit. After satisfying all the conditions, the licensing authority issues a license for a period of 1 year relating to the premises approved after inspection and for the manufacturing of products containing alcohol and narcotic drugs. a separate license should be issued for each premises, and the license is non-transferable. You cannot transfer it. Now the license which is issued by the licensing authority, it should be displayed properly in the premises which is visible to everyone. Licensing authority may amend or alter the condition of the license at any point of time. Then renewal of license should be done before 1 month of the expiry, or else 25% extra fee is charged for the renewal. Now coming to the manufacture of medicinal and toilet preparations containing alcohol and narcotic substances, the manufacture can be undertaken only under the authority of a license which is granted for that particular purpose, and such license is only issued when the requisite license for the manufacture of drugs under Drugs and Cosmetic Act has been first obtained, as we have already studied this. And the license cannot be transferred, or it cannot be sold from one person to the other or from one unit to the other. So manufacturing of medicinal and toilet preparation containing alcohol is permitted to be done both in bond as well as outside bond. And from the next lecture we will be studying about manufacture of medicinal and toilet preparations containing alcohol in bond and outside bond, right? So thank you so much, dear students. This was all in today's lecture. If you have any queries, any doubt, please feel free to reach out to me, and thank you so much once again for attending this lecture.